Yeah, I don't know. I kind of with you. I just feel like maybe they don't have enough against the PL. I just last game kind of conditions me towards supporting them though, because I do feel like they kind of outclassed their opponents in terms of playstyle. Like I don't think last game we were wrong about the draft analysis in the sense that like they were outdrafted by any means. So I do think that I was just 5ManMidas outplaying them, and then after you get outplayed like that as well, I think you feel a bit worse, and psychologically, 5ManMidas has an advantage. So I'm kind of with you on that front. But if this was two equal teams, I probably would go for KBU because the PL I still think is a pretty solid game.
Okay. Borko is
Steal
gonna
Borko?
die here.
Yes.
Blood.
Tank the gank, Borko. There we go. And you can take the Enchantress out of Borko, but you cannot take Borko out of the Enchantress.
No, you cannot. And unlike an Enchantress, well, I mean, a level 1 Ench dies here as well, but unlike a late game Enchantress, he is going to die basically and can do nothing about it. Well, 5ManMidas, they know that this ward got scouted because, unfortunately, RRL's smoke broke as soon as he placed it down, so that's never a good sign. Yeah, I'm not completely in love with the support duo of Bane Skywrath. I think for this game, it's actually just fine, but you're a little bit lackluster on the lockdown. That being said, like I said, like you pointed out actually in the draft, you have solved that issue pretty well because you have a lot of long-distance poke and harass. Normally that would be a little bit of an issue, but I think with a Wraith King as the enemy core, I think he's going to actually be more of the one to struggle to finalize and get these kills, which is kind of why I like the idea of still going for like Armlet, Deso, Blink into like maybe Mjolnir. Perhaps that's too late. If PL is having a really good lane, he may need to readjust. But just because I think he can delete these supports instantly, and then that makes the fight so much easier for you, basically.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Like, even in the last match, which was against TB, I still thought that was the right matchup, right? It's just that the Radiance build by Nico maybe made me doubt it a little bit.
Yeah.
Enough to the point that I'm considering it, but I do agree that just generally, I think that Armlet, Blink, Desolator, BKB, Mjolnir is probably the better overall against the PL. Especially because he takes longer to get online, so you just kind of push before he gets online, right? And Desolator helps you to do that. Yeah. Whereas Radiance is just super slow. And if you're Nico Baby, where your whole team is dedicated to your life and making you farm, you know, and Kelly's like, yes, go, Nico, farm. That's like the whole atmosphere, okay. But I think that Lies didn't have that kind of dedicated team, so it's
we shall see.
Sorry, I didn't mean to paint Kelly in a bad light, by the way. I just think she's a fan of the team.
Yeah, no, of course. Of course she is. I mean, she was in the interview right next to Nico.
Yeah, she was the interview. That's why I was thinking about that. Yeah, I think she like sits next to Nico and cheers him on as he plays well.
Yeah, yeah.
Just wanted to clarify that.
What's it called? Sanctified? It'll be okay. Yeah, especially because PL, like you pointed out, or as you alluded to, he's not really too fast. I think a lot of people saw the Diffusal Blade changes, which made the item a lot cheaper and just, I think, better for agi carries in general. Well, it removed one of the... whatever, it's faster. It's a faster item, right?
It is better. No, you're right. It is better for agi carries in general, yes. Because when you buy Diffusal Blade, you're not buying an item because of the extra stats it gives you. You buy it because of how fast to build it. Right?
Exactly. He's gonna live. Oh, I don't know, Artur or something. He went for the bonk. He's gonna be stunned in return. The Warden throwing over some more birds for lives. 18 HP. Weber is gonna save a Wraith King from his death.
Top lane. They forced Realm to actually Doppelganger away, so Doppelganger level 2. Already great. Unexpected against a Clockwork of all heroes, but he is the one forcing the PL to retreat.
Yeah. Bottom Lies is going to receive a healing self courtesy of Ray, but right now KBU doing a good job in this bottom lane to keep Lies a bit more worse for wear. Top, they go back onto Realm.
Yeah, they have Rocket Flare in 10 seconds. That's not enough. Battery Assault is available. He's going to chase Realm down. He has Doppelganger, though. So they go, well, maybe I'll kill Steel Borko instead. Vol doesn't want to tank the tower, however. And Sanctified is just going to try to chase down.
It's creeps here.
That's true. Creeps nearby. We stun the Mango. There's the Mango. Burrow Strike. That's going to be Steel Borko dead. Can they kill Realm as well? Again, one last Rocket Flare. Just hit him with something. Hit him with something. There we go. Rocket Flare will finish him off. I mean, I knew that Sanking was going to be strong against PL, but I wasn't expecting this domination early, especially with the clock support.
No, me neither. And this is concerning because of the point I was trying to get to. Right, I was when I got caught up discussing Diffusal Blade. The whole point is that PL's still not really that fast, even with the Diffusal Blade changes. Sure, like I think he has the potential to snowball a little bit easier now, but that's not, that's not unique to him. The same could be said to any Diffusal carrier. He's still a bit slow in the sense that, Diffusal Yasha is usually the build-up, and then something like Heart and Shard, if you so decide, right, is a little bit more normal. And Heart is so expensive. Not an item that really helps PL do more direct damage. Indirectly, yes, because it makes his illusions tankier, especially with the shard build, right? But like, it doesn't really increase his tempo all that much. It just makes it so that he can stand and fight. A rather slow item in any regard, as they're fighting bottom as well as mid. Lies ought to live here. Top.
Vol is about to be killed here. The illusions, Vol playing with vision, and the batter's still on top of that. The illusion's still trying to catch him, but that's not going to deal any damage, so he's going to be perfectly fine. Sanctified, covering still Borko well. He understands. He sucks against PL, but he's really good against the Bane, and he's accomplishing that. Good job.
Yeah, Clockwork very good against the Bane. One of the better heroes against him, actually.
Probably his hardest counter.
Yep, through lane and through the rest of the game. It's a very painful experience for Bane. Doesn't enjoy that one.
Ah, beautiful. Nice run. Nice little limerick you came up with there. Good job.
Was it a limerick?
Yeah. To the lane, to the last of the game. Clockwork really kills off the Bane.
Oh, okay. It might have been a limerick. Look at me. You know, I don't know if you've noticed this, Alvaro, but every single time I cast, I always speak in haiku.
Haiku like the manga, not haiku
like the manga.
poem.
Yeah, not like the poem.
He only speaks it in volleyball terms. Good job. Yeah, that's entirely it. Yeah, in this house we call him Richie Silverstein, actually.
Where does the joke end?
Good job.
Yeah, I got you.
As they take down Lies in the as they defend this bottom lane, they get the phase boots. Now going for Sunlight. That was the target they were going for the whole time, but Sunlight decides, wait, you realize I'm stronger, and so he just pierces rating against. Oh yeah, the Skellies from behind actually. He didn't take any pointed bulwark yet, so the Skellies deal a lot of damage.
Yes, they do.
I actually thought Lies was gonna die there, but they do have a set amount of damage that they like throw out, and afterwards we're like, okay, we're done. Like we can only auto attack at best. Right?
Yeah, and the Warden.
No face boots on Mars yet.
Yeah, exactly. And the Warden, as I alluded to, has a bad matchup. Vengeful Spirit is very good against this hero. No cap. Look at this. Minus armor, negative armor. You're at -3 armor already. Big crit incoming. 135 damage already. Ray with the right clicks alone might pick up this kill. And ought to no. The slows coming through from the concussive shot are not going to allow Ray to pick up that kill.
Yeah. The issue where the Vengeful Spirit falls off, especially in the early against Skywrath, is the superior movement speed of the Skywrath mage, right? It's really difficult to chase after him, and Resky is not particularly known for his movement speed either. But Mars, you know, he's an easier target. He does have the infused raindrops, and once they notice that, they realize probably not going to be able to kill him. Their main source of damage in this lane is still the magic missile, of course.
It's true. Although raindrops feel terrible to carry versus a Vengeful Spirit, especially if you don't get the wand charges off of the cast of Wave of Terror, because they do actually break a charge. Yeah, she's really good at this. Same with Shadow Demon, right? He just kind of spams a couple spells at you for like 10 mana, and you feel sad.
That's good. That's a good point.
Yeah, so that'll go a long way towards eventually potentially a Storm rotating somewhere. Instead, RL's going to decide to go top lane, where they're already skirmishing.
Yeah, Bull could be in trouble. He covers the Nightmare here, so he doesn't get any extra damage dealt onto him, but Bane is just going to hit him with auto attack.
Here's Storm!
So the Sandstorm, here's Storm, takes down Realm. Bull still surviving still. Borko got jebaited, and RRL will take a double kill of the stop lane.
Ember's going to rotate
As
opposite.
in bottom, Warden is trying to go for Ray, but this is just a simple kill on a Vengeful Spirit, not nearly as valuable as Storm's rotation.
Not at all, yeah, especially because, again, the points I made earlier about PL not farming well, about him needing some fairly expensive items to fight, even in a good PL game, still stand true and will be exacerbated here with his, frankly, terrible starts. 28-3 is just fine in terms of CS, especially because he's actually out-CSing Lies a little bit. Lies with a couple more denies, but when it comes to gold, PL's still going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball here in terms of where he'd like to be. His first item will be this Diffusal Blade. Again, a lot cheaper these days. Yeah, that is Diffusal.
RL. They try to stop the Ember. They get him with a magic missile, but he's already away, so I annihilate. He's going to be perfectly fine. And that could have been a great... That's actually a pretty good rotation, because RL at least doesn't die, but unfortunately you don't get the kill as a result. You do force the Skywrath Mage to rotate, which gives Lies a lot more freedom, and it's the Radiance.
Oh, okay, cool. It will be the Radiance build.
At least it's queued.
Oh, Midas
Not only
Radiance.
is he going Radiance... Yeah, exactly. I was about to mention that.
Ultimate scaling. He goes, PL, you're the ultimate late game carry. How about I build scaling against you, as they get a couple kills in the mid lane.
Yeah, support for support. You know, the two lovers died. This is like Romeo and Juliet in the mid lane. And now it's time for the brothers to die as well. Who's gonna win, though? I'm gonna have to see. I annihilate.
Got a remnant
Fighting
now.
in Sanctified Helon. I don't think that's the best of ideas. There we go. You play
there's
around
no remnant,
with
though.
kiting.
There's no remnant. If they're counting, they know he's out.
But Are they Archer? I am not sure. And more importantly, does anyone have TP? I don't think they do.
No one has TPs.
Yeah. I mean, at least the cores do, but the core's not going to TP, of course, right? They need to farm. Especially if you go Midas Radiance on Wraith King. He has Reincarnation here, so he's going to be fine for his first life. In fact, might not even lose it. Fight against the Mars head-on. The Clockwork comes here. They stop in the Scarlet Mage. There's a slow that we're looking for.
Smoke
as
coming.
the Cogs close in the Warden. Now trying to kill off MMR Tourist. Nice spear. Sanctified still chasing after him. They have the Rocket Flare to chase him in the trees, but in the end, Reincarnation level 1 will be used only to kill a Scarlet Mage.
Not ideal.
Yeah, not ideal, honestly.
Not ideal. It does still keep Lies in the lane, quite importantly, compared to PL, who's kind of been banished to the jungle already, especially now that Sand King has levels. Max Sandstorm, which PL isn't really going to enjoy whatsoever, especially while, again, without Heart, his illusions just kind of die. Not the tankiest of boys. Now, with the Blade of Alacrity at least, his farm speed will increase as they actually have found the Mars behind his tower. Spear is not going to do much here versus Sanctified. In fact, the battery assault still continues, and procs end up securing the kill onto Sunlight.
Supports of 5ManMidas are doing some heavy lifting
Oh, yeah.
this early game. They're doing a great job, both of them. Not that KBU supports are... I think they're just not expected to do as much because their timing is naturally a little bit later. Bane and Scarlet, I think, are supposed to play once they hit 6, both of them. Whereas Clockwork 6 doesn't really, honestly, matter that much.
Yeah. I mean, I would say if Invisible spawns top lane, despite all the remnants from RRL being bottom. And Ember, of course, is going to snack that. Yeah, I mean, I would hope with this support duo, Clockwork Venge, that they were making space, right? You've definitely at least given them heroes to be able to do it on.
Yeah.
So, but it's one thing to give yourself the tools to do it, another thing to execute on it, and for sure they should be commended. Lots of space being created. KBU, they need the Mars and Ember to make a decent amount of space for this PL. He's into the jungle already. They have not been able to find this PL either. For all the good that the support duo does, they do not do a lot versus a PL. I think they recognize this and go for other kills instead. So still doing the best that they can with it for sure. So they will be now looking bottom for Lies. They know his Reincarnation is still on cooldown for at least another minute. Arena is out. Here's the Warden with the Mystic Flare. The Spear Wall bonking him back, but they still have enough damage. He's Sanctified, locked outside of the arena. Now looking to counter-initiate as the Nightmare will hit Vol. They toggle it off somehow, actually, and now Borko's going to be in trouble as RRL makes the jump out of mana, those RRL.
Nice.
However, the Epicenter into the Cog, pushback, perfect control onto the Ember Spear. RRL gets a little bit of a burst of mana here.
Wow.
Will secure another kill, his third in the fight onto the Warden. And that is a big turn. Yes, they lose the carry, but they pick up 3.
Yeah, that was really good. Sanctified. My god, I talked about hookshot not being that impactful because, of course, compared to, like, say, Skyrath's Mystic Flare or the Fiend's Grip, yeah, not that big a deal. But goddamn, was it impactful there. Wow. What a play. The Cog pushback as well. That was really impressive. Really, really well done there by Sanctified. Both games, this guy has just been kind of a star player actually, on the floor. And kind of justifying why they picked him at 4 Clockwork, even though that's not very common these days.
It isn't. Good point. Yeah, we didn't remark that.
Unless you're Beast Ghost. Just want to, you know, that's my quota for the day.
For the quota, yes. There's your one. I think you got to watch him play yesterday, so you're still on a cooldown period, right?
Yes. Sanctified as the Cog, swap. Look at these supports helping each other out. And now the brothers fight it in the mid lane as Ray was coming in with a magic missile, but hitting the Ember with magic missiles.
Feels good, man. Arcane.
Oh, you got the Arcane
bottle. Yeah, they're gonna try and. Well, he hasn't activated yet. They'll still kill him. A good kill. A very good kill.
Yeah, very good kill. And in bottom lane, they're also Fiend Scripting Vol, but they're like, what are we gonna do now? Steel Volker's actually taking more damage than Vol just by being in the sandstorm.
Yeah, he might have, but guess what? He's got that mana now.
It's true. Vol only has a Soul Ring and Bond. He's screwed. He's screwed. Sandstorm again. Look at this difficult Sanking gameplay. They clear the trees, they realize they don't have protection. There's the first strike, trying to kill Steel Borko. The arena's covering him though. He's not gonna die there in the Sandstorm. And they'll finally get the kill against this annoying Sand King.
Oh no.
Yeah, Steel Borko or Realm are gonna die here. Ideally Realm, right? TP immediately, nice Nightmare, and RL won't get that kill. Maybe it was better to just jump towards Steel Borko because that was a free kill with a Remnant, yeah, like that, and then go for the PL.
Yeah, I think he knew he was still going to get it, right? I mean, normally mana's a little bit of an issue for Storm, especially in the early game, but not only does he have himself an Arcane Rune, not only does he have a Null Tally as he zips into the triangle to snipe the Warden, he also has a Fairy's Trinket, Avo. He's this man. He knew he would be able to catch a Bane. Bane's not fast. Oh, wow, they got Annihilate top.
Especially, what I mentioned this though is because if you kill the Bane first, then you get rid of Nightmare, right? So then you can easily kill the PL. That's
fair.
my point. Not so much that the Bane was going to get away, which is true. The Bane was not getting away under any circumstances. And with that, they kill a couple of supports. Now the Ember dies in the top lane as well. Pretty big deal.
Onto Ray, hurts.
We do have Diffusal though. Yep. And Realm is gonna hopefully use his power spike. Like, I would smoke on this Diffusal blade. When you get it this early and you know the Wraith King is also going for Midas Reigns of all items, I think it's your turn to just fight.
Agreed. I think you're pretty enabled even by this level 1 Syrian Chains. You have, of course, a Mystic Flare. So even though the team's going to do most of the damage, as long as you get in there for the assist gold, I think you're going to be in a good position here. Ember has Maelstrom on top of that, so he does a fair amount of damage, and that's a decent power spike for him, as Borko slowly but surely is going to die. Drags all the enemies behind his tier 1 tower, and now KBU looking to fight off the back of this. Some good cogs, though, are going to isolate the fight, as Annihilate getting the kill onto RRL. Completely isolated there. PL joins. Gets a pick off, not quite, it goes to the Warden, but does get the assist gold at least onto Ray. MMR Tourist is going to continue to rotate on through. They might have a kill here onto Lies. Arena out into the Mystic Flare. They do. It's another level 1 reincarnation. No! Wait, what? Oh, reincarnation still on cooldown. I forgot. 200 seconds on that bad boy. My bad.
Yeah, it's still level 1, right? So it's pretty crap skill. But it's okay. Wraith King, again, he has infinite scaling. You just wait for this game to end at this point. Like, you're going for Radiance and Midas, man. I don't think he's as worried. I think if you're like the Desolator Armlet Wraith King, you're more worried about dying this much early.
Agreed.
But also, you're stronger, so that shouldn't happen. With Midas, I mean, it's not ideal, but you have much more leeway here, especially when 5ManMidas is also playing well at putting pressure elsewhere, and Storm is also farming pretty well.
They know where the real PL is, and they found him. Follow-up stuns.
Need another stun?
Yep.
There we go. Hookshot and Magic Missile at the same time, like Coronation is hard to match.
Beautiful thing.
Clockwork. We almost have 4 stuff on Sanctified as well.
Clockwork flying in alongside that Magic Missile. Uh-oh, mid lane, maybe in trouble. Syrian Chains are going to connect. No Mystic Flare even needed. Not like he had the mana, well, he had the mana, just didn't have the cooldowns. Another kill into RRL. Oh, they're going to go back mid lane, though. They cancel the TP and pick up the kill onto the Warden as well. Will that make a difference? As Lies back down bottom here, still about 50 seconds until he can get off another reincarnation. Perhaps they would have had a kill here, especially between Mystic Flare and the Fiend's Grip, potentially. But Lies is going to live for now, and in fact, calling a couple of reinforcements. Almost enough money for the Sacred Relic. This is new Radiance, by the way, guys. Oh.
Yes. It gives you evasion now, in addition to giving you the mischance. But the mischance has been reduced ever so slightly. I think the values are similar, a little bit better. It's odd though, because I guess the only thing that this buffs is when you fight against BKB. So Reigns is naturally better against heroes that buy BKB, because they still get affected by the evasion.
Yeah. Oh, grip.
Oh. They have reincarnation in 6 seconds though. Never mind. Oh. Doesn't matter. It was even level 2.
Yeah,
and it would have been great to use it there, but unfortunately Wraith King doesn't get time.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not, thankfully. Could you imagine Wraith King with Time Walk? He just never dies. Realm has a secondary item on the way. It's going to be the farming Yasha.
All right. Jesus. That's complicated. I once played him in ability draft.
Oh, man. Ability draft. What a game mode. So lovely.
There's a tournament going right now for ability draft.
Oh, yeah?
Actually. Yeah, Pool of Champions, I think it's called.
Lovely.
Community tournament. Love those initiatives, honestly.
Yeah. Especially for the more unplayed game modes. Those are always good stuff.
Yes. Where's my ARDM tournament? That's what I want to know.
ARDM.
That's my favorite mode, not the casual mode.
I still like the ability draft. It tends to be ruined in pubs, sadly, so that's why the idea of a tournament is pretty fun. Anyway,
yes.
Let's. Speaking of this, this RL Storm Spirit, even though he's still incredibly farmed and it has a full Sanj and Kaya, the past 3 deaths for him have been a little bit punishing. That being said, he still has got 9 kills, so he's not really fallen off at all. But. No. He's not really too much in control either, especially going for this Kaya and Sancho. It's just everyone looking to scale this game for 5ManMidas. It makes sense, right? Because they still acknowledge this PL is going to be a problem, and he's not a problem now, so let's go ahead and scale early, is perhaps the idea. The reason I say that, of course, is because the Storm build is indicative of the Ags into the Shard, and then the level 25 talents. You do a ton of damage to illusions with this build on the Storm. So just thinking late game, it would seem. And Lies finally has the relic on the way. Talisman of Evasion quite cheap. So he'll have this Radiance up in about another minute or two, alongside the Midas. And then, oh boy, is this man going to start farming.
Once you get that Raids, I wonder if they're going to smoke up and fight, because honestly, it's such a huge power spike usually for the Wraith King. I haven't seen it in a while. Bull, in the epicenter, they're going for Annihilate.
Oh,
he was quick on that draw. He was very quick. Technically, unless you're Earthshaker, there's no way you're casting him, because even Burrow Strike, even though it doesn't look like it has a cast point, whereas the Remnant is immediate. So the only stun, unless you have Hexes that catches him, will be the Earthshaker, or the Ancient Seal, actually. Another immunity catch.
oh! Stun onto 2. They're going to get the PL. No, he does get the Doppel off in time. In fact, Mystic Flare, but a swap here is going to end up saving the Storm. He's still double silenced. Sanctified is going to hookshot the Storm. That's not going to save him. He was trying to hit the Bane, who was positioned behind, so the Grip is going to pick up the kill. As a second Burrow Strike here will at least pick off Volt, but now Annihilate is still here. Although Lies, the last to TP into this engagement without the Radiance, however, is going to struggle to finish off these kills, and now being kited around as he does manage to live there thanks to the Wand. Is not going to die to the magic damage. A 2-for-2 trade then, but once again, RRL still dying for the team. And a favorable trade here for KBU as they keep alive their mid laner.
Yes, and their carry as well, which was the first one to almost die. Yeah, the PL there almost died. That would have been a really big deal. Unfortunately, that hookshot block actually was really impressive by the Bane. Really good positioning there by Borko, showing his Bane prowess. I do feel like being forced to fight there feels really bad by Midas, because if he had range there, that is 100% a dead Scarab, but he couldn't. So it's just this really difficult position for Lies where he has to join in, because otherwise his team is just going to lose the fight for free. But if he doesn't join in, if he does join in, sorry, he loses this valuable farming time. And he desperately needs Radiance now. It's a bit late now, honestly.
Agreed. At the very least, he doesn't get his reincarnation proc, because if he had, and then he respawns and finishes Radiance, he's not going to want to fight. And that's going to feel really bad, right? Now at least you're going to have Radiance, and you're going to have reincarnation, so potentially you still fight into this, even though Annihilate still has a pretty long duration BKB. In fact, KBU are the ones to smoke. I'm surprised they don't wait just about 30 seconds, because PL is about to finish off his Manta. In fact, he now has it, so he'll probably still be able to join this fight. KBU are going to sweep across the map here. They're looking top lane towards the Storm Spirit. They don't have the grip, but they do have... Oh, they'll have a grip by the time they reach him, actually. Just about 10 seconds until that's back. So RRL, will he continue to be greedy? No, he's going to back away. He will not farm another wave. And that should then be Radiance online. Indeed it is. Always has it ready to go. And into the BKB then for the Wraith King. So just going to try and keep himself alive. Surprised he has not considered a Shard versus a PL with Diffusal, pardon me.
Very good point. Maybe the Shard before the BKB, honestly.
Yep. That's what I would...
It's just cheaper. Just kind of deviate towards it. Maybe they're waiting for a potential Rose Shard or something.
Oh, that would be a second Rose,
Sunlight.
Right?
Yeah, it's true. Sunlight. They have Magic Missile. They should have enough damage to kill him off. I think he was trying to cut lanes here. I'm not really sure. Oh, he even used the arena.
Okay.
Vol has his own shard though, so he deals a lot of damage. And Vol, testing the strength of these walls, realizes they're still up.
These are good walls, man. The Romans, they build good stuff. Who would have thought?
Yeah, this is good. I can certify it.
Good Roman brick.
Yeah. They were known particularly for their brick, right?
They're bricks.
All the classic structures are made out of brick, right?
Yes, all of them. Well,
created by the Greeks.
Brick and cobblestone.
Yes.
RL is going to eat a whole Mystic Flare, and he's going to die. It's a big Mystic Flare. I apologize that most of them are invisible. I do zoom out occasionally, which makes them look disappear.
Even when you're zoomed in, they also are invisible. It's very bugged in the spectator mode, the Mystic Flare. You just have to, like, Mystic Flare, the real animation is the HP bar going through.
Yep, that's right.
That's what the animation is, honestly. And tower mid lane is going to go down. Honestly, that long time coming, not really that big a deal. But because you kill your Storm in the process, pretty bad. Grip hits Vol. They have the spear as well. Vol is going to be disintegrated as Ray also dies immediately. Hit by still Borko.
Okay, that was a very good Fiend's Grip. Did he go Invis or something? And did he use like Shadow Amulet as he was channeling, or what? Why did he?
What, Borko? Yeah, he did use Shadow Amulet. But on top of that, the reason why he couldn't cancel it though was because he was trying to swap the Sanking and then he got speared, right? So he lost the range. Yeah, that was why. Like, yeah, you can try to swap the Bane, but just magic missile him instead, right? It was the difficult.
Just
position.
feels bad because it doesn't leave you in range, right? If Fiend's gripping, or sorry, swapping the Sand King, while it still gives him the damage reduction buff, which may have kept him alive there. I'm not sure. Maybe it does,
so.
maybe it doesn't. It doesn't cancel grip, right? So that's why he was like, I want to cancel grip.
Oh, swapping is. Oh no, that's my bad.
Yeah, no. Swapping does not cancel grip on the target. It will cancel, of course, the Bane, but it will not cancel the Fiend's grip itself. Again, giving you the damage debuff though, so this matchup is not as bad as it used to be for sure.
Top tower is under
Valve was like,
again, it's still good because you can swap the Bane. Obviously, you still have enough range, I would say.
Yeah.
Especially, I think once you get the shard, this matchup becomes much easier because once you get the shard, you can always bounce the magic missile to the Bane if you're like slightly lucky.
Yeah, another whole spear's gonna miss on a lot. He's got Radiance, so he's like, I'll burn you, I'll do it.
But he's only level 16. I think you want to wait till level 18 at this point. Like, you've waited so long, you might as well wait for the maximum reincarnation.
Yeah, plus, I mean, they I think, are now going to learn to respect all this poke and prod that they have. I mean, that was a very casual commitment from KBU, and they still put him at, like, half HP. Sure, maybe Blink Spear is a bit of a heavier commitment, but everything else was very casual. And it's not like the spear connected, right? So they very well could have done the same thing without committing that heavily. And that's a little bit scary. Again, especially, whoa. And Annihilate, he's going to find all 5 heroes in this smoke gank as they just stumble upon his Remnant, and he's going to come on back. Lies set to lose his first life here, but still has full mana, so reincarnation guaranteed. As RL getting kited around by Annihilate, as BKB now over, eating the magic missile, surrounded by 3. He will be taken down, but Lies on his respawn is going to be dispatched just as easily now, as Ray is going to hit 4 heroes here with the Wave of Terror, except he's the one terrorized as he has got no support here. A swap onto the PL is not going to save him, just trying to buy himself a bit of time as RL as well jumping around the fights, not going to have the damage to get through MMR Tourist or Sunlight. He's going to try a second time. No, he's just juking him.
Yeah, because he's regen, so he's going to try to cut the lane
Oh,
instead.
cheeky boy.
That's pretty smart. Or maybe just go bottom instead, because honestly, you can't really risk getting caught here. Yeah, it's not worth it. Okay, just farm the jungle, sure. I forgot it was NA. Why would he ever cut the lane when he has the jungle available to him? And now he'll cut it, right? Right, RL?
Yeah, he'll be there. I get it.
Okay.
That was a...
Walks towards it. There you go. They found him, but it's too late. Even if they ping him now, he's not gonna die.
It's a pretty wild fight, to say the least. They just kind of happen upon an Ember Spirit, but he's too quick on the BKB. They really weren't expecting him there. And he kind of just chases away 3 heroes, and Lies is just going to respawn and basically just die again. I will say, KBU, they've adjusted very nicely in the draft, right? We were talking about how 5ManMidas was looking really strong initially, especially with the first 4 heroes. But it is not a fun time for this Wraith King when he respawns, especially if he respawns without BKB, as we saw there. Mystic Flare, Searing Chains, maybe even Fiend's Grip, right? All there to lock him down. So it's not a great time to be respawning as a Wraith King this game, as once again, Borko having FPS issues is going to reconnect.
There is a bit of a... There's a bit of an issue right now for 5ManMidas where I don't really know what their timings are anymore. To be honest, like I get the BKB and the reincarnation level, like final level, but is that going to be enough to deal with the PL? Like, have they just waited too long? Vol is certainly falling off, right? As a Sand King, there's no more scaling for this guy, and in general, I feel like the team fights have been just falling off. I feel like RL has been caught a bit too many times. I thought he was going to be the PL counter as the game went long, and I thought that he would match the PL's farm for the most part. He's 4k behind, which is considerable. He's been forced to go for BKB, which is honestly not ideal as an item for Storm, and it's only an item you build because there's an annoying Skywrath Mage on the other side. And you still have to deal with a Fiend script, right? So.
Yeah, it's still very much a present issue. And that 4K net worth lead that you talked about on Realm, he's put a lot of those towards the heart. He, in fact, almost has it online. He just needs another 1K for it. He'll have that in approximately 2 more minutes with the shard as well, ready to go. This is the PL power spike that I was talking about, right? Not like he's been pressured too much this game, but he has taken 3 deaths, right? Which is... I mean, they were in lane, but still, right? He's been pressured a little bit early. That is going to end for some time. As to your original question of what the timings are going to be, I'm also not too sure because, again, it seems like both RRL as well as Lies have decided to go for this late game solution towards the PL. The question for me is, are they going to be able to reach it? Because, again, PL is going to be incredibly strong with this hard online. They will not be able to kill him, not at least until... I don't know, Shard Ags, or probably another +1 item here for the Wraith King. It would be weird for him to go for Maelstrom now into Mjolnir, especially with Radiance and Midas. I don't think that's realistic.
Well, but maybe you have to, honestly, because the Storm is not the one clearing illusions. Who is, right? Sankin can sort of, but he's just not gonna do enough against that heart.
Yeah.
So honestly, like after the BKB, what other items would you really buy that are like super valuable? You know, that Mjolnir's taking you away from. Or after the Blink BKB, mind you.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I would.
You can go Basher, for example, or Abyssal, or like Assault Cuirass.
That's what I was thinking. I would make a case for AC over the others, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mostly I still agree with you, right? I thought that was going to be the build here, AC.
Oh, he's gonna go for Halberd.
Really?
So okay, there's one small thing about Halberd that's actually really good, that it's undispellable. So you could technically Halberd the real PL and follow him no matter what.
True.
So you could technically burst him, but this feels like this would be the build you go for when you go to the later armlet. You have an insane amount of burst damage on a single target.
Exactly.
Not Radiance.
Yeah, and there's the heart being delivered, by the way, 3100 HP with strength treads toggled on. So this PL just gonna tank all the live long day. Heart no longer, and hasn't for a while, but we just don't see this item too much. Heart no longer gives you this out of combat regen. It just gives you a flat percentage, lower flat percentage based heal per second. So no longer the old heart. Annihilate. What does he purchase now? Synax after the BKB.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, Annihilate doesn't have to do as much this game because the real threat is the PL, right? So Annihilate just used to be the supporting actor here. You know, cut lanes, be able to be a nuisance all the time, make sure that the team fights can't go easily, and he'll deal damage naturally because he's an Ember. Right? This hero scales really well. I feel that's where Storm should be, honestly, but Storm has fallen off hard.
He has, yeah, and again, to me it was a bit weird. I'm not sure where this disconnect happened because the supports were playing such a great early game for 5ManMidas, and perhaps they were expecting the Storm to be able to join them. And with a Sanj and Kaya build, I don't know, it seems doable, right? Especially because the supports carry a lot of the lockdown, so Orchid seems like a, not like a waste, but maybe a little bit of like overcommitment towards this early game kill potential. Because I would say with the support duo, you have enough of that. But he still got caught a lot. He didn't really join any of these early kill attempts.
There's a case to be made though that what is Kaya Sanji? Oh, sorry. We're gonna go here for Steel Borko.
Arena.
As the arena, beautiful arena. At least at the BKB, so he can get away for now. But it's gonna be the first round of Wraith being immediately taken off. The supports have died for KBU, but the Storm cannot last long enough as the bot lining himself to safety. As the Wraith King will be the one leading the charge, but against Mars, maybe not the best target. There's still a Burrow Strike ready, so they can keep the Mars stunned for now with Wraith Fire Blast. They're gonna bring him down as the Storm is still running away from his brother. RL out of mana, out of life, and the Wraith King cannot deal with this PL. Realm destroys him. I don't know if this game can win.
No, I think PL's just way too strong. That was, I mean, that was a team fight KBU were just salivating to take, weren't they? They had, what, a couple of BKBs ready to go. Just huge power spikes into, again, a team that's pretty late game scaling heavy, but you're not scared of them yet. RRL just gets ran down. They had a tier 1 tower up at the start of that fight. And he runs underneath a tier 3 to dive and commit fratricide onto his brother. It is looking tough.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not really sure what, like, I talking to the point that you're making earlier about the Storm, I don't really think the Kai and Sanj have much of a place this game, to be honest with you. Like, most of the fights, it feels like Storm is just being bursted anyway. What does the Kai and Sanj accomplish? Like, a little more tanky, a little more resistance against what?
Check out what, by the way, check out what PL built. Sorry,
oh yeah, the Mage Slayer. No, I already knew he was building that. I saw that.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, it's the only thing they have to deal with him. The Wraith King's Radiance has utterly failed, honestly. And this will also reduce the Radiance damage, by the way.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, I mean, again, I think this build, and now here it is, right? This is.
Oh, actually, it does not. It does not reduce the Radiance damage, sorry.
Oh, because it's an item or what?
It's a spell damage, not magic damage. Yeah, sorry.
This item, by the way, so does that mean the Dagon's going to not be reduced either?
Yeah, exactly, because technically they're not spells or items. That's my understanding of this. Because spell damage includes any sort of damage type.
I can't be sure. But what I can't be sure about is this is the build RRL had in mind, right? Is BKB, Sanjin Kaya, Acceptor, Shard, level 25 talent. Lots of damage, overwhelming damage, but it's a level 25 talent. Oh, as he jumps in, he snatches Aegis! You thief, RRL with BKB still on. Steel Borgo's waiting for him now.
The excitement immediately taken away as he's out of BKBs. There's a Searing Chains to be used, trying to cover it, but nope. Then a BKB on the Ember, and Ball's like, you know what? I want to die too. Lies joins in. Let's all go. Murder party. Woo! Lies. Well, at least he has 2 lives. He will take down the Stareth Mage, but that's his first life gone. The second life will be gone soon. I think this was the game-losing team fight. If it wasn't already lost, this kind of secured it.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't buy back on those 3 heroes and try and maybe at least scare. Well, I guess you're not at that stage yet, but if not now, then when?
I think they realized as soon, like really early, that was a feed train play, and choo-choo, they had to stop the feed train in his tracks.
Ray swaps. He is out of mana, but there's no one here to follow up. Okay.
Yeah, we're fine. They're gonna take the tower top instead. I think this might be 1 lane of Rex, if not 2.
Yes, at least 1, maybe just 1. But yeah, this Storm, this Ag Scepter now feels like a little bit of a pipe dream for him. 5ManMidas kind of doubling up on the late game solutions to PL when I think just 1 would have sufficed, especially if this Storm, it could have been Storm, it could have been Wraith King, right? This is why I said maybe Wraith King still goes for his typical build and then just tacks on a Mjolnir. Because as we can see, the burst damage is very limited on those Wraith King. He takes forever to get through these heroes. And sure, Mars is a tanky guy, but heroes like Skywrath Mage, heroes like Bane, this Wraith King should be able to 1 or 2 hit with a normal build at this stage of the game. With this build, it's not really the case. He's more of a damage over time kind of guy. And that does allow these supports to live a lot longer and get up a lot more spells. Storm Spirit as well in a very similar position, right? Where if he can land a long-range zip onto the targets, his nuke damage is very high. But after that, he just gets controlled and killed. Sanj and Kaya be damned, basically, here. It's not making much of a difference.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I said that. I don't really see the purpose of this item in this game, honestly. I feel like with Skywrath Mage and Bane, and honestly, even to a degree, the Mars, like, there's no sustained damage here except for the PL, right? And the PL's not going to go for you. The PL's trying to deal with the Wraith King. So I would have much rather see him go for BKB. Hell, even a Linken's first item would have been okay for me, because at least that stops Fiend Script, as opposed to Sky and Sanj, which is like kind of a lukewarm item for both. I get it, this item is OP, but I think with the nerfs that I got, it's no longer I build it every game and I mindless me build Kaya Sanj, me strong. Like, I think it's more of a situational item these days.
Yeah.
And especially for heroes like Storm, which we're building it, and they're just not supposed to build it, dude. Like Queen of Pain, fine. Timber, yeah, go ahead. Storm? Is that really the ideal hero to build Kaya and Sanj on?
Yeah.
You know, it's just the item was a little bit OP last patch. I think that was why.
Again, it looks really good with this Ags and 25 talent and the shard, but that's so much gold. That's so much investment, you know? So I agree with you. I do. But we'll
at that point, I would rather he just goes the Ag and the shard. And at least has those 2 things.
Full Bloodthorn now for Realm. He is very farmed.
That's what Mage Slayer goes into now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So it makes it good, actually. Surprisingly, the amount of Mage Slayers people buy have gone up. Because and the amount of Bloodthorns have gone up as well, because the previous Hyperstorm build-up was just not that good, because it's full-on offense, but now you have like an item that gives you both things, which is actually quite nice. As they kill Clockwork. No. He got saved with a swap, and Clockwork's still alive by some miracle. The Ember actually could be in trouble. He's rebursted down.
Nope.
Yes, Sanctified dies. Never mind. BKB active by Annihilate. He's going to fall. Sanctified is the one to die instead. And the Arena also catches Bo, who's been silenced and destroyed. KBU want to run away from this Wraith King, who just burst down the vein. They have no more Fiend Script. That's the Wraith King's second life.
His only life. He didn't have mana.
Oh, he doesn't have Shard?
He doesn't have Shard. He doesn't have Shard, Avo.
Can't even see because
down goes Sanctified a second time. Bull is going to at least dodge the second Arena Sphere, but still going to be plenty of damage. And now a grip through the BKB is going to give a Rampage to Realm after a couple of buybacks. He's looking for the double Rampage, however, and that's not going to happen. Annihilate's going to steal it from him. RL, however, has bopped back to give him a second chance at the very least. Speared as Realm now is going to close the gap. Again, just kill stolen from him. Going to go towards Warden, but still a single Rampage is a good way to end a game number 2 and should leave them with high morale, as we will be going to game number 3. The PL not going to be stopped.
DPU seemed much stronger this game, honestly. I think they played much more solid team fights. I feel like the poke as well was really good. I think that what was missing maybe last matchup, I think we both agree on, is they went all in on team fight. And all in on team fight means you have to overcommit, which makes it so that each team fight is like the be all end all. That leads to much more insecurities because if you have poke like with Ember, or even